Hey everybody, Jeff here, and welcome to Dishonored 2. So, not too long ago, I finally finished my Dishonored playthrough. I started it, a year ago, 2 years ago, whatever, and then this year I did the 2 DLCs for it. I had a lot of fun with it. I sort of fell back in love with the Dishonored game and the universe during that playthrough, so much so that I wanted to jump right into Dishonored 2 after we finished Brigmore Witches. I chose not to because I didn't want to burn out on it. So we played some other stuff, and we just wrapped up Resident Evil 5. And I was like, I still want to put this off a little bit. But there's no other games I have at the moment that I really feel like doing for the channel. There's nothing that screams do it for the channel right now. So I figured, screw it. I'm going to treat myself to some fun Dishonored 2. This game came out in, I think, 2016 or 2017. I'm pretty sure it came out in the fall of 2016. I loved it. I had so much fun with it. Much like the first game, my first playthrough of it, I did a ghost, clean hands playthrough. I didn't do no powers, because this game treats that a little differently, but I did do a full ghost, clean hands playthrough. It was extremely difficult. It was so much more difficult than doing it for Dishonored 1. So I don't know if we're going to do that here. I'll talk about that a little bit more in a bit once we get into it, but for right now, let's just jump into it. Or we can wait. BethesdaNet. If you're logged in with your BethesdaNet account, you will get access to bonus items. Black and white mode. Oh... That sounds cool. An experiment with all powers, Imperial Assassin pack added to cabin. Huh. Oh, but that's for Death of the Outsider, which is the third game DLC. I'm not quite sure how to define Death of the Outsider. And that one I've never played at all, so that's coming somewhere down the line. But we're not going to worry about that right now. We're going to jump into the campaign. I think I've made the appropriate adjustments to the settings. Yes. So we should be good to go on that. We're going to do... I know it defaults on continue, but I haven't actually done anything except adjust some settings. We're going to go medium again. Do you want to start the tutorial? Sure, because it's a fun little bit of backstory. Chapter 0, Dunwall, 1837 to 1852. As Emily Caldwin, ruler of the Empire of the Isles, you have numerous enemies. Your father is Lord Corvo Atano. They're not even dancing around it anymore. They're just straight up like, yep. He's your daddy. Infamous Royal Protector and Spy Master. Ooh, he got a new job title. In the years since you took the throne, Corvo has spent many hours training you in the arts of stealth and combat. So, one of the things you'll notice right off the bat, we get more hints, or hints at all during these loading screens. Before, in the first game, we just got like a bit of a recap of what's going on. But now we get actual hints that we can cycle through. 18 of them, which seems a little excessive, but whatever.
I remember training with my father in the years after the rat plague. Someday, he said, our enemies will come for you.
I don't know what enemies you have left at this point. You actually didn't kill any of them. Dowd killed some, but none of the big ones. Alright, so... Controls feel a little bit stiffer going in, but already, it just looks pretty and moonlit.
Sounds and smells of Dunwall never change much. This is my city.
It is. Oh, that's one sight I could do without, though. No more whales. Come on. So you'll notice something with the graphics in this. The level design graphics, the environmental graphics, I should say, are pretty similar still. Those were always really good. The character models are not quite what they were. The first game had really stylized, almost caricature painting sort of characters. I don't quite know how to describe it. This one, you'll notice the people look a little different.
What training regimen does father have in store?
Faces are a little more... I don't know if they're realistic or... They look less like the in-game paintings, I guess is the way to say it. So we'll sprint.
All right, Majesty. Let's see what you can do.
All right, Trevor, mobility training. Meet up with your father. Let's do it. So this just kind of shows you, reteaches you the ropes of the game. So we've got crouch, which should still be... We're playing this on the Series X. And actually, I guess it doesn't matter because when I originally started the Dishonored 1 playthrough, it was just on the Xbox One X. But I finished up the DLC on the Series X, so it should still be pretty similar. Sprinting to slide.
Fast enough, I could slide beneath
There we
that.
go, and I can
Never
jump.
doubted I could make that.
Oh, look at that. Did you see how smooth that was? They put much more effort into movement in this. In this one than they did in the first one. There's a lot more, like, you can very quickly get from place to place. Like with the leap over, slide, jump.
Easy as cake.
And you keep your momentum for the most part.
What's next?
It wasn't quite that smooth in the first game. Really what they did is they took everything in the first game and they just tried to improve on it all, and I think they did a pretty good job. I don't think there's anything this game does worse, and almost everything I think it does better. Although when it came out, there was a weird thing where it didn't, when you beat a level, it didn't create an autosave. The first game had like a mission select. You could go back and select the mission and the game automatically did it. This game didn't do that originally, so like if you want to do that, you had to make manual saves. I believe they updated it and it does do that now, but I'm not sure. Ah, chain. Climb the chain and jump. That's still a little... that jump did not feel super confident.
Every day running and jumping.
Climb. Oh, climb. There we go.
Now let's see how quick my feet are.
Feet, don't fail me now.
Come to me.
Whew. There we go. Daddy, are you impressed, Daddy?
Learned well. Let's see how quiet you are, young lady.
Ah, stealth training. Okay. Press B to toggle stealth mode. Crouching down and walking silently. Your visibility in stealth mode is greatly reduced. Stay behind cover and out of sight to avoid being detected. Enemies are slower to detect you in stealth mode, especially when you are further away from them, above them, or at the edge of their peripheral vision. In shadow, though, this matters more at a distance. Stealth mode enables you to take cover under desks or tables. To lure enemies away, distract them by throwing an object such as a bottle or setting the alarm on a clock. So this game did do something different with the stealth.
You to sneak up on me.
In the first game,
Father's
if you were under a
always on
table,
about the value of quiet feet.
people would almost never look under it. Guards would ignore tables. They would ignore looking up on like shelves and things like that. They're a bit smarter in this one. Not a ton, though. Whoop. Nope. Shoot. Okay, he spotted me. So you can already see he's better. Am I not crouched? I'm crouched. Okay. So I need you to go somewhere else, Corvo. Okay, there we go. Gonna get behind these fishies. Do I still have... That's not what I want. Okay, there's my peekaboo button. Fish. This is a great spot to be hiding. I love the smell here. Okay. So you can see, like, he can see me through the, like, underneath the table, through the legs and everything. That's way different than the first game. So I just need him to turn around. And I just gotta sneak up, sneak up, sneak up, sneak up, sneak up. There we go! Oh, that's a slow choke out, though. We're gonna have to do something about that. Did you like my hug, Father?
That's my girl.
Oh, we gotta steal a key now. Okay. Let's see here. Back in the same spot. Oh, look at that whale. Is this really, like, this can't be sanitary. Corvo, training here. That thing has to have diseases.
Given time, an enemy will notice you, even if you're at the edge of their peripheral
Yeah,
vision.
they might, but you know what? You didn't.
Didn't see anything at all.
You really ought to be better at that, Corvo. Like, he's got to be
Lynx stalking
going
like a
easy on
gazelle.
her, right? Crossbow training, okay. Now, if I remember, yeah, we don't have a zoom on the crossbow. We just have to aim and fire. I'll probably have to dial in the controls, because the aiming is a little bit stiffer in this. I don't know if that's because I spent so much time dialing it in the first Dishonored or what. I also don't have a mask or anything to zoom in with yet. Whoa, okay. That's 3 for... Oh, turnbuckle. Okay, I'm not quite sure what I'm supposed to shoot here, but... Oh, I guess we got... Whoa.
Perfect shot.
I feel like that was somebody's door. Wait a minute, was that? Oh, give me all of them. Only 10. Ugh, fine.
Time for some more weapons and combat
Yes,
training.
daddy.
Let's beat each other up, shall we?
You got it. Whoa,
Yes.
oh.
You
2
hit hard.
and 3.
Good. That's my daughter.
That's my
Someone
daughter
swings a sword
in the water
block.
with a sword stabbing at everything. Right, block. Whoa, whoa, jeez, Dad. Hold on, chill. Oh, God.
Well done.
Did you hit the... Ow, hey! Did you hit the,
With your blade.
hit the hanging light bulb?
If you time your block right, you'll throw an enemy off balance.
Oh, parrying. I was always so good at this. Oh, that counted. Okay.
You're quick.
Oh, God. Oot! Nope, didn't count that one, though. 2,
Smart
3.
move. That'd stop even the most black-hearted killer.
Like you?
You
Oh,
can
you're not
choke
black-hearted.
an
I know
enemy
you didn't
out,
kill anyone.
Even in combat.
When an enemy is off balance, you can grab them by pressing right bumper. Continue for me to... Oop. There we go. Oh. I forgot you could do this. So you can already see, like, in addition to the traversing, they've fine-tuned the combat and
While
made it a
they're
bit
off
more in-depth.
balance, deliver a fatal blow.
I will say, I always thought that in the first one, the close-up combat was not nearly as good as the stealth stuff, just because like you really had to
Feel
just
better
wait for an
knowing you can
opening
take care
or
of
parry
yourself.
and strike. There wasn't a lot to it other
When
than
trouble
that.
does finally come, you're ready to fight.
He looks like that's not what I expected Corvo to look like, you know? That's not what I expected him to sound like either, because in the first game, we see wanted posters of him, but we never see his actual face. Not in the game graphics, anyways. We see, like, stylized cartoon wanted posters, and we never hear him either. Not really. I think you might get some grunts or something like that. His voice, I can see him looking like this, that's fine, he's 15 years old or whatever. You know, I expected him to have longer hair and, I don't know, maybe something different with the cheekbones. But the voice is much more gravelly than I would have expected. I'm fine with it, it's just not what I was expecting going into the game. Which is just another character choice they made. We're going to see a lot of character choices with this game. The best part of the character choices we're going to see is the voice acting. Much like the first game, this game has a great voice cast, and we're going to start seeing them drop in very quickly. So as we head in, I want you to keep an ear open and see if you recognize anybody. I'll try and point out the ones I recognize, because there's a lot of actual pretty big names. So, some of whom were not as big when this came out, but now are much, much bigger. So we'll keep an eye out and see if we can spot any of them. Chapter 1, A Long Day in Dunwall. Today marks the anniversary of the death of Empress Jessamine Caldwin, assassinated 15 years ago. Visitors from across the Empire of the Isles have journeyed to Dunwall Tower for the occasion.
Why do we celebrate the anniversary of an assassination? 15 years ago, in the middle of a plague that nearly
I guess it's
destroyed
like
Dunwall,
celebrating a death
a
anniversary,
killer
but...
assaulted the
Oh,
palace where I was
Dowd.
born and stabbed my mother-in-law.
Oh, Dowd. That's okay, we know he felt bad about
In
it.
the aftermath, the men who sent the assassin tried to use me as a pawn in a game of power. They would have succeeded, but my father, Corvo Atano, hunted them down and cut their conspiracy to pieces.
Oh, that mask. So I got the collector's
All these
edition of
years
this game. It
later,
actually came with a
I'm
mask.
the ruler my mother
A
wanted
Corvo
me.
mask. And like a
Now,
cool signet
we
ring,
face
which we'll see in
new
a second.
crisis. A monster the papers are calling the Crown Killer has been picking off my enemies and dressing it up like my father and I are responsible.
So, okay, so dressing them up like they're responsible. How like, how common knowledge is everything Corvo did?
To the opposite side of the
in the
world.
well, I guess it must be pretty
Or to have
common
everyone
knowledge
around
because,
be executed.
like, the Lord Protector and everyone, they had wanted posters out. Everyone knew, like, Corvo was hunting down all these people, so... It must be 100% common knowledge. Probably except for the powers, right? I imagine. Kept the outsider powers quiet.
Watch your step, Majesty.
I'm not looking forward to all the ceremony today.
Your signet ring, there.
There we go.
You're
There's
ready.
the ring.
Thank you, Alexei. Open the doors.
So you can see the faces are... I don't know if they're prettier or what, but... There's something different about the character
All
models in this.
hail Her Imperial Majesty, Emily Caldwin.
Loyal subjects, we're going through a difficult time, but today we honor my mother, the late Jessamine Caldwin. May her memory survive through the ages.
Emily,
You look tired, Father.
Daddy.
every year I think the anniversary of Jessamine's death will be easier, but it never is.
I wish Mother was still the Empress. I don't think I'm very good at this.
You're still learning. Don't worry
I have a
about
poster
the
of that
rabble-rousers, and
poster.
we'll catch the crown killer eventually.
People are saying it's you. That these assassinations are a misguided effort to protect me.
No.
If it was
someone's
Corvo, they
trying
would
to
not be
make us
finding
look
any
guilty
evidence.
by targeting your enemies.
I wish I could just run away from all this.
Sometimes you do. You think I don't know about your nights out on the rooftops? Courage.
You know I'm Batgirl?
The ceremony will be over soon.
Royal Protector and Father. I should have passed a law against that combination of titles years ago.
Can I move yet, or... Ah, there we go. Not the most comfortable looking chair, but... Kind of looks like something out of Star Trek, actually.
Your Majesty, before we begin the day's observances, we have an unexpected visitor, the Duke of Serkonos.
Ramsey says the Duke is bringing special gifts.
That's intriguing.
You guys see those, right?
Duke of Serkonos!
So Serkonos was mentioned in the first game. That's where
Chemical
Corvo's
soldiers.
from. Also, look at the robots.
What is this, Ramsey? I didn't authorize those things.
Ramsey
Your
sounds
Imperial
familiar.
Majesty,
Yeah, it is a name from the
Royal
first game.
Protector Corvo Attano, a native of our homeland. Serkonos offers condolences on this sorrowful day, and gifts to remind you of our nation, the rising star on the southern horizon.
We thank you, Your Grace.
Save your thanks. For now, I give you the greatest gift of all, family. I present the lost sister of Jessamine Caldwin, your rightful empress, Delilah Caldwin.
Impossible.
Delilah?
My mother had a sister.
Hey there, Delilah.
My
Oh,
dearest
you're...
niece.
Hi.
Hello.
So this is the first time Corvo's actually meeting Delilah.
My father
But
was
also,
Emperor
you were in a
Leopold
painting
Jacob Caldwin,
in the void.
And Jessamine was my younger sister. At the time of her death, I wasn't ready to make myself known to you, and I was forced to leave Dunwall. But
Forced.
now I'm home.
If you really are my mother's sister, you're welcome to stay as long as you like.
Little Sparrow, blackened by bad memories, I'm here to relieve you of your crown. My father's promise, whispered in secret so many years ago, is now fulfilled.
What's your
Do you want to know what kind of promises
Emily
my father
Caldwin is
makes?
the daughter of Empress Jessamine Caldwin.
Royal Protector. How naive to think you
Yep,
could
she's
get away with these murders.
Definitely Delilah, ballsy as
Living
ever.
in my palace has protected you. But
Since
that's
when is she at Caldwin, though? She was
Hear
Copper
me,
Spoon.
all of you. Your rightful empress has returned.
All
With
hail
robots.
The Empress Delilah, first of her name. Arrest Emily Caldwin and her father
You're not...
for the
Oh,
crown
God.
of
Okay,
the
all the guards immediately turned. Holy crap. Oh, there we go. Oh, God, Corvo. He got two of them at once. Oh, the robots are just taking... What? Whoa, whoa, whoa. What happened there? What'd Delilah do? Oh, that's not good.
Can't still my heart.
Oh, well, he did get her, but... No, what? Oh, those... Ooh. But that's not yours. Okay, so big moment number one here. We get to choose who we want to play as. So, I played the first game as Corvo, legendary royal protector of the Empress. and figure of infamy from the time of the Rat Plague. I played the first game as him. We did full stealth. We have a new character. Now, if we play as Corvo, we get a lot of the same powers that we had in the first game that you never got to see, I guess. I still really need to do a stab everyone playthrough of that. But we get a lot of the same powers. We have Blink and all of that kind of stuff. Possess, Slow Time. Emily has a similar but different set of powers. Some of them do the same things, but they look different or they do different things. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna play as Emily, and I'm gonna go for. I think I said, I don't remember at this point because I'm so excited to be playing this. My brain's jumping around. I don't know if I can do a full clean hands ghost run of this. I'm gonna go for low chaos. I'm gonna kill as few people as possible. I'm not gonna worry about not using powers. We're gonna get powers this time and we're gonna use them. I am not gonna hold myself 100% to a clean hands playthrough though. We're gonna do what we can, but this game is a lot more difficult than the first one was in that regard, so we'll see. The plan right now is to play as Emily in our low chaos playthrough, and then come back as Corvo for the high chaos. So let's jump in to her tight royal pants. Play as Emily, yes.
Cast you in cold marble.
She always was good with statues. Oh, were you trying to choke her?
Sweet girl, over time you will come to love me.
I don't think so,
Perhaps
bitch.
someday you'll see me as the mother you lost. But until then, you'll be kept out of trouble.
I'll lock Lady Emily in her chambers, then I'll bring her to
It's a good thing you don't know that I tried to possess you. So
My
yeah,
father lost it all when I was a boy, so now I wear this uniform, and I send 20-year-olds out to patrol the rose gardens instead of drinking with the men from the shooting club.
this is somebody too. I'm not sure who though. I don't remember
I heard shouting.
who voices
Lady
Ramsey.
Emily, what happened?
Oh, with
It'll be all
Corvo's
Captain
sword.
Mayhew.
No!
That's the Royal Protector's fancy weapon. What kind of sword folds in half?
And then he just throws it on the floor. That was probably not the smartest idea. I believe Captain Ramsey is voiced by a more recognizable name. Funnily enough, I actually don't know who voices
There's a legend in the Tower
Emily
Guard
or
about the
Corvo.
Empress's last resort, a safe room inside your chambers holding enough gold to buy a good-sized island. They say that this ring is one of the only 2 keys to exist.
Yeah, well, you know, it's tiny enough. I bet it fits snugly on your dick. Why don't you try that? I'm gonna get you, Ramsey. You deserve to die, but you won't. Emily learned from Corvo, so that's
What
my...
happened? Alexei. The throne room. Father.
So here's my thinking when it comes to this game and how I play it, is that Emily grew up watching Corvo in the first game spare all his enemies, be merciful, be efficient but merciful, and that's how she's gonna try and live her life. If we were playing it as Corvo, the attitude would be, I was merciful, we're still getting screwed, fuck it, everyone dies, I'm done with this shit, I am too old. So that's my headcanon for how this works. I am gonna set up a save real quick. God, that save is so fast, I love it. Okay.
I need to get out of here.
You know, I am gonna make a slight adjustment to the controls real quick. We're gonna boost the X a little bit. Oh yeah, that's okay. I don't think that'll be. Oh, that might be a little bit too much, but whatever. Let's look around. Oh,
Ramsey knows what he's doing. The man's moving up in the world. He's old blood. One of the
These
good
bastards are working with Ramsey and the Duke of Serkonos.
The Ramseys are going to be back in fashion in Dunwall. You'd be smart to remember
oh,
that.
I wouldn't talk too much about fashion. I don't think you know fashion. All right, so we gotta get out of here.
Damn it.
Look around.
Should I just spin it and pick a place to hide for a while? I need
Let's
time
see
to
here.
think.
Ugh, deer heads. I don't remember how this room works. Oh, we got something. Letter from Tivian Trade Commission. Our most esteemed Empress, as you know, freight from Serkonos bound for Tivia is now routinely set upon by pirates or spoiled with blood flies. Oh, so that's another thing. There's no rat plague anymore. There's no rats in this game. We have a different environmental pest that we have to deal with, who isn't in Dunwall. We don't meet them in Dunwall, but we will soon enough. In addition to the loss of Tivian lives, be they crew, dock workers, or shopkeepers, there is the material cost of the cargo itself, which can barely be calculated. If things continue unchecked, we will be forced to cease trading with Serkonos, and perhaps to even embargo ships from the southernmost isle altogether. But this need not come to pass. The Trade Commission is a reasonable body and has already considered remedies to ameliorate the situation. We seek the following. 1. Independent, qualified inspectors at all ports. Okay, that seems fair. You know, if you're dealing with pirates and things like that, and blood flies from Serkonos, you want to have things inspected, right? It's basic border, don't bring fruit in from another country kind of thing. 2, patrols to defend against pirates and smugglers. Also reasonable. It's the Empire of the Isles. We have a pretty impressive navy that should be reasonable. 3, compensation for the previous and future losses. Well, that one I don't know about. You want that all at once? Some compensation for previous losses if it can be proven that it should have been handled by us. Yes, absolutely. We're not going to pay you in advance for shit you lose, though. It is this list of remedies that I wish to discuss with you in person at the earliest possible opportunity. So far, your staff have resisted our efforts to establish a definitive time for negotiation. Prompt them to action, Majesty, for we are eager to travel to Dunwall. Until we can sit down and discuss this in a civilized fashion, I send you our best. Demian Shurigen, Principal Tivian Trade Commission. Well, I mean, he's not throwing a coup, so, you know. Ooh, give me the... Whoa, nope. Give me food. Rotten food will not. Yeah, no shit. Grandfather alarm.
I used to hide frogs in this old grandfather clock to drive the housekeepers mad. I thought life was complicated back then.
Life always seems complicated to kids. Alright, letter from Advisor Helmswater. Empress, we face yet another murder, and I cannot remain silent on this matter. Strange, is it not, that all the victims have openly opposed you? Is it, if not strange, then oh so very convenient. Is there anything you wish to tell me, Majesty? How can I be an advisor if you don't include me in these most sensitive of endeavors? I feel I must be the only person in Dunwall who doesn't know the truth about the Crown Killer. Wow, presumptive much, huh? You've already decided that she's behind these. Helmswater, you might need to find a new job. Don't leave me out in the cold. I remain your trusted servant and advisor, Leonora Helmswater. What happened to, everyone from the Hound Pits? I can't think of their names at the moment, and I hate that. Ship launch protocol. Empress, after the Royal Protector's shakedown cruise, will launch the ISS Jessamine Caldwin just before the anniversary of your mother's passing, pending your approval, of course. On the platform, we'll have a bottle of King Street brandy tied to a long tether that you will release to swing out against the hull. Couldn't we just drink it? Seems better. What you say during the ceremony is, of course, up to you, but here are some ideas intended to serve as food for thought. May a brisk wind hurry you to shores near, far, and fair. May you shelter your crew from the perils of the terrible ocean. May you always sail for Gristol, true of heart, and homeward bound. Yours faithfully, Advisor Wainwright. Okay, see? He seems like he's not overstepping his bounds. I like that. Can I open these drawers? Can I crouch down? Nothing there. Oh, we got something. Oh, it's just a typewriter. I thought it might be something to listen to. Okay. I may have overdone it a bit on loosening the X-axis. Hold on. It's going to take a little bit to dial these in. There we go. Oh yeah, that's better. Okay. Can I interact with that? No. So we gotta get out. How do we get out, huh? Window. That seems like a good way out.
How many times have I looked at that skyline? It
Usually
feels
at
like
night,
everything
and
just changed.
It's been a while since I looked at the skyline as a prisoner, so. Let's see here. Okay, not going that way. There was another window though, yes? where I was. Here we go. Royal quarters. Check on Alex A. Mayhew.
How is this possible?
Lady Emily. Where's the Royal Protector?
There's a coup underway. My
He's,
father's...
you know,
he's
busy.
imprisoned, for lack of a better word.
You've got to get out of the tower. Through your safe room. There was a captain earlier today, down at the docks. Looking for the Royal Protector. Find her. Get out of Dunwall.
Alexei, I'm sorry.
Oh.
Goodbye.
Alexei, we hardly knew ye. You seemed cool. Ramsey will pay for this. Audience request. Captain Mayhew, you don't know me, but you've got to tell the Royal Protector that I have urgent need of his time. I'm carrying a message that has to be delivered face to face. Tell him I'm working with Anton Sokolov, an old friend. All the boats are being sent away from the docks, but I'll delay as long as I can. Tell Lord Corvo to find me there. My ship is called the Dreadful Whale. Megan Foster. Okay, so we gotta find Megan Foster. And, let's see. We got some bodies. We got... That's where the safe room is.
This won't open without my ring.
Don't have the
Ramsey
ring.
has it.
This isn't Corvo's sword, is it? Oh, it might be. I think it is, actually. Okay, so we've escaped our imprisonment somewhat, and we've got a weapon. This seems like a good place to call the episode for now. So thank you, everybody, for hanging out. I am super excited to get into this game. So excited, I'm actually a little bit... Oh, we have a quick save. Sweet. Gonna be abusing that. Whoop. I'm a little worried about accidentally killing some people I don't want to kill, just out of excitement. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and I will catch you on the flip-flop.